Hello everyone, my name is Oksana. It's road to Edoverse, weekly Edoverse Insider, the 14th. We deliver the news about the creation of our project Edoverse. So, as usual, Tokugawa-san, may you speak about the history?
Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you, Oksana. And hello, everybody. This is Eihiro Tokugawa speaking. So religion in Tokugawa, Japan, part 4. I stress religion because in this series, because one of the reasons is because Edo, the city of Edo, was so full of great religious buildings. Most of which were destroyed totally in World War II. It's such a pity. Some of what remain are still quite impressive, like the main gate of the Zōjōshin Temple. Now, okay, at this time I would like to mix, well, one is about religion and the other is about tourism in Tokugawa, Japan. So Tokugawa, Japan is supposed to be feudal, and its legal structure was largely feudal in that people were not supposed to move so much from the place where they're supposed to be. So the farming population is supposed to be are supposed to stay in their respective villages, or at most to the castle of their lord. Okay, and then city people were supposed to for one thing, the city of Edo was divided by many gates, and after sunset, all these gates would be shut. So people were supposed to go to bed very early. All right, and then the samurai, these people were in military service in theory. So each time you want to go somewhere overnight, then you had to get permission from your superior. So, but in spite of all these regulations, and then this was actually in order to pacify the population, but it was very difficult to change rules in Tokugawa, Japan. So they developed bigger and bigger loopholes in the system. And one such was the pilgrimage by commoners. And this had become such large scale by the early 19th century. So Western visitors were surprised that seemingly poor folk with very little, like, wearing the same kimono for 2 weeks in a row, were traveling all over Japan by foot. And the reason they could do so was to go visit a holy place and pray. And the most popular among these was probably the Ise Shrine in present-day Mie Prefecture, Oise Mairi. And the thing is, and here is the mixture of the sacred and the secular, is that it was such a popular destination that the whole town was surrounded by, another town just full of brothels. So people would go pray, feel divine, and after that, they want to come back to the real life. And another case is in Hiroshima. There is the Itsukushima Jinja, this shrine in the sea. But pretty nearby, there's another island where all the buildings were brothels. So that's it. So religious tourism was combined with sex tourism. So the Japanese were devout, they were religious, but they were very secular and hedonistic. So sounds like a very happy society to me. And also, you see, by keeping the people like half religious and then half, well, not secular, but maybe animal-like or hedonistic, that was the way of keeping people's minds at peace. I mean, too much, you're too devout, and then look at what you do. I mean, how the Taliban behaved, or a much earlier phase would be what the Puritans in Geneva when Calvin was still alive. So compared to that, Japanese Buddhism may be a bit corrupt, but it managed to deliver what Buddha had intended at the beginning originally, and which was a merciful society. And that will be all for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tokugawa-san. Sounds like a very balanced society. The next, please, again, could you please inform us about the project, our updates?
Thank you, Oksana. Hello, everyone. I'm really excited in this project, and then I'd like to update something with you. So first, I'm continuing to negotiate with our partner. I mean, we need to create a gaming space with high visual. And of course, we have some certain timeline So we need to complete all of the things based on this timeline. So we need to find proper partner, right? And then I've already discussed with 3 potential gaming application company, which can create quite high visual and quite nice metaverse professionals. So maybe, I am not sure, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe we can make more announce about this partnership in detail, I hope. This is one thing. And 2 things, maybe Mr. Dominic will mention, but we are still creating a quite new ecosystem in terms of NFT land. So, for example, we start to define which district can be sold for NFT holders. And then why we start from this district, we are going to put some reason. And then this district and the next district is planned by us now. And then the interesting point and exciting point is compared to Sandbox, for example, this Central and any other competitors, we Edoverse can only provide certain areas because Edoverse is based on Edo era's, real history. So imagine that we can see many types of NFTs, and then they always say like this NFT is limited to 20,000 K. No, 20,000, for example. Is it limited? NFT, right? NFT has to be only one. Why do we have to, buy 20,000 NFT? It's not NFT in real, but in terms of Edoverse NFT, it's real because we have to recreate Edo era in this Edoverse. So we cannot supply or we cannot create another Edoverse because it's not history, right? So we have to follow all of the things we have to follow Mr. Iehiro's instruction, and then we have to see the real history. So based on that, we cannot supply any more lands unless it's on the history, right? So this is a huge different point. So for example, if we buy some NFTs on Sandbox, or if we buy some NFTs on this central land, of course, for the moment, now it's limited. But imagine that if Sandbox try to increase the supply volume, can we fight with that? No, right? But Edoverse, we can, because Edoverse is Edoverse. Why you have this, NFT lands in the US? US is no Edoverse, right? So, or Australia, no. Only Japan, certain era, Tokyo district, Edoverse is limited to this space. This is a super interesting point. So when we create NFTs ecosystem, always we have to create high demand compared to supply volume, right? So supply is limited and demand is going to be much more spreading, so increasing. This is the super interesting point of Edoverse. And then we are really thrilled to announce that July 7th, we start to create, we start to move our campaign for all of the participants. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very exciting. It's kind of like a limited number of Bitcoins that can be issued. Yes. Very interesting. So the next, Mitsushi, could you please speak to us about anything you had this week before?
Hello. So I'd like to share updates. I think there are 2 updates. First is about logo. So currently we had a discussion internally and we finally determined the logo for Edoverse. So the logo, we will announce the logo officially in our Twitter and Discord and Telegram today. But the logo has a lot of elements. For example, one of the noticeable element is the wave of the sea. The wave of the sea is originated from the famous ukiyo-e artwork, namely Fugaku Sanjuroke by Katsushika Hokusai. Fugaku Sanjuroke is the artwork that 36 different Hokusai. And within the line called Fugaku Sanjuroke, the most famous artwork was called Kanagawa Oki Namiura, the Great Waves of Kanagawa. And when we say Katsushika Hokusai, people automatically, imagine that specific artwork with the way the large wave is moving and the Mount Fuji is seen behind the waves, right? That structure is really impressive. So we had imagination and inspiring. We got inspired from that particular artwork. And when waves can sort of represent Japan to foreigners. That is why we adapted that particular motif into this logo. Moreover, the color is very important. The color is light purple. That was selected by Tokugawa-san. And so a lot of interesting elements are summarized within one logo. I was very surprised at how Fukuda Sensei, the creator of logo, interviewed all the participants, all of us, and included all the necessary elements into one logo. I think that was a really wonderful process. And another update is about the event. We got determined to hold the event in 6th of June. I think we would like to have monthly events going forward. Let's say 6th of June or 7th of July or 8th of August. I think that would be an interesting idea. And we will be encompassing the overview of Edoverse concept and token sales and land NFT sales and our project roadmaps. And we will also prepare some sort of Q&A and FAQ. And I think we will record that event and upload a YouTube video. That's what I'm thinking. I hope a lot of people will attend the online events, and we would like to have a lot of sort of interesting discussion, interaction with potential users. And that is an update from me today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mitsushi. And the next, Dominique, could you please speak about our project?
Thank you, Oksana. Mitsushi and Gen mentioned that we got a really great progress last week, and we already just fixed all the logos and also the token symbols. And we're just talking to develop that to make some of the image or visuals of the VRs. And then still that we got a little more time to do it. But next meeting, as you mentioned, 6th of June, that very important events, because we're going to have some of the explanations about Edo Bars fast token sale and also land NFT sale. Those two big events will be actually start from the 7th of July, as we just mentioned a lot, just on the schedule of a road map of the Edo Bars. 6th of June is we are telling to the public about our holder plans on the 7th of July. So how you can buy NFTs, how you can apply to obtain a fast token sale. So and then we this time the 6th of July, 6th of June, the events will be the Japanese language events, because this time that we start from Japan, and then it's expanding to the world in the futures. But our fast events, this time we hold, of course, on an online basis, but this time that the language Japanese, and the people can just join the meeting, and then people can just know how to buy, how to invest, and then how to enjoy. So that's going to be very exciting events in June and also July, the fast token sale. And then we are now planning to sell the avatar in the futures, the very famous soldiers and then very historical persons who are very was very, very famous in the historical book, and every Japanese people know that, and from the elementary school to the junior high school. Those avatars we're gonna just launch from September. So we sold through the auction, and then people can just enjoy to buy the historical names, historical soldiers, historical famous persons, avatar in Edoverse, and then those avatars can be utilized in Edoverse, and once just real mainnet was connected from the end of 2023. So our teams is very, very busy, because we had to just build up very quickly from from now, it's from May, and from the end of May now, and then to June, July, and then September, and then we have to last to create a lot of things. So we are very happy to inform you many things about Edoverse, and our progress is very fast. And then people, I hope that people can just wait for our activities. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Busy and very happy. I think it's a great combination for the productive work. So thank you, everyone. And I will hear from you the next week. Bye.